Yeah, we can. And we do international events and temporary architectural installations.
It's fascinating to hear about Lucas and the kind of global work you've undertaken. Looking at your experience,
We can, and we do, work with some the US's most established companies.
but I'm curious about the early stages. I'd say that defined the early stages, and in many ways still does. When we partnered with those names, the honest truth is, for almost every single one, we hadn't done that exact thing before. On paper, there were probably safer, more logical choices than us.
You're talking about a significant leap of faith.
There's no playbook that prepares you for the cultural nuance of a top-tier material manufacturer 1 month and then a global luxury designer hotel brand
We
the next.
can and we do environmental and social brands in developing markets.
And that's where the real challenge is. That's where the doubt lives, in that quiet space between projects where you have to take a breath and think, are we really the right people for this? That feeling is magnified.
We can and we do. Brands for natural material manufacturers.
When you're dialing into a call in Jakarta or North Carolina, trying to grasp a culture you're not physically living in.
Deciding to do things differently, it wasn't exactly the straight path. Some people probably wondered what we were thinking, to be honest. And yeah, there were moments, big ones, questioning if we'd made the right call. It's
That's
never
the tightrope,
easy
isn't
doing
it?
something new.
It's the
is it?
fundamental tension of everything we do. And the answer is yes, of course it clashes. The pressure to dilute an idea, to make it more palatable, more like something that succeeded before, is immense. It's a gravitational pull.
We can and we do collaborations with fairs and trade shows.
You have clients with immense responsibilities with numbers to hit. And what you're offering them is a belief, a conviction. It's an intangible asset, and that can be terrifying for people. I've learned a long time ago that you don't protect the soul of an idea by fighting the client. You protect it by proving that the most truthful, most resonant idea is the most effective commercial path. It requires a different kind of conversation. You have to be willing to say no, not out of ego, but as a genuine act of partnership. You have to be willing to walk them to the edge and say, I know the view from here is unfamiliar, but this is where the real value is. It requires a level of trust that has to be earned over and over again. And personally, yes, it's draining to hold that line, to operate in that space of ambiguity for so long.
Digital
Takes a
transformation
toll.
projects with Australia's
In the early
largest
days, I'd live and
telecommunications
die with every project, with every piece of feedback. But over time, you learn to detach your own self-worth from the outcome of a single job. You stop seeing it as a series of battles and start seeing it as a long, continuous body of work, a long conversation. Because in the end, the goal isn't just to sell a product, it's to earn a piece of someone's mind, a small share of the culture, to create something with resonance that long outlasts the campaign spend. That's the only currency that truly appreciates in value. And
We
that's
can and
what
we
you're
do
protecting,
brands
really.
with institutions.
Right, people look at the work, all the big names, and think there's some grand plan, a straight line. It's funny. Every job was a first. You have to fly blind a bit, trying to talk sense to people in North Carolina or when you're still on your first coffee at 3 a.m. in the
We
morning.
can and we do. Heritage icon brands.
you're not sure what they want. And if you're honest, neither does the client. That's the starting point of what do you do?